question I'm going to answer today is something that comes up in a lot of conversations, and the way it's asked to me is, what's excluded on my property policy? In full disclosure, I'm going to focus on commercial policies today. Commercial policies are very different from homeowners policies. So the first thing that you need to look at when you're answering this question of what is excluded is you need to look at the declaration page on your policy and first look at what perils are covered. Peril is the insurance industry word for what types of claims are covered under the policy. And there are 3 different categories that insurance companies will use to describe what they're going to pay for. Basic and broad are going to list out all the covered claims. And there's either 5 or 9 or 13, and it's things like fire, smoke, lightning. With basic and broad, the burden of proof is on you to prove it's a covered claim. Most policies that you look at are not going to be basic or broad. They're going to be special perils. Special perils is the industry average. It's the industry norm. There are some situations where you will see basic and broad. Those are things like vacant buildings, buildings under construction. But if you've got a permanently fixed building and you see basic or broad, you need to immediately ask why and get a second opinion. So special perils. Let's talk about what is excluded under a special perils policy for a few minutes to give some normal exclusions that we'll see on a day-to-day basis. First, wear and tear is not covered. This is one of the most common denials that we'll see on a property policy. Somebody will file a claim for a really old roof, and the insurance adjuster will climb up there and say, well, that's just a really old roof. The insurance policy is really for sudden and accidental claims. Some of the other claims that we'll see that will create strife would be flood. Flood is a common exclusion. Earthquake is a common exclusion. Both of these things you can buy back if you want it. Not everybody wants it. Another thing that is commonly excluded is governmental action, or as Huckleberry Finn's dad would have said, the government. We can't cover the government. You do get some buybacks in different places. You just have to ask questions about what. We're typically looking at ordinance and law coverage when we look at that. A couple of other categories to keep in mind when you're looking at things that are not automatically covered. Underground pipes are not automatically covered. And equipment breakdown. An equipment breakdown describes things like power surges to air conditioning or computer equipment. So thanks for watching. If you've got questions, please reach out to my agency, or please, if you're not following me on LinkedIn, follow me on LinkedIn.